Hey guys, what's up? It's Kay, and yep, I'm back. And well, first things off, I apologize that I haven't been uploading videos for like a month. I've been busy, and it's really hard for me to make videos nowadays since there's lots of things that actually happened, and all of them were actually were good things. So I have a little bit time today, so I decided to I guess create a video blog or something just to update you guys what I have been doing, and what were the things I was doing while I was away from the YouTubes. So well, starting things off, I actually got promoted at work. So I'm actually working on I used to be like a customer service representative, and if you're like with the industry for the longest time, the I guess most representatives I know would love to be off the phone. So that's actually what happened in my case. So I'm no longer working with the phones, talking to the customers, and I pretty much got promoted to a position that that handles escalated issues. So it's pretty much a supervisor position. Good thing about this is that I am actually not on the phones, which is really good for me. I'm actually doing, well, it's pretty much the same job, but instead of working on the phones, I am handling supervisory issues on social media, which is Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Google Plus, and what did I miss? Google Plus, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I think that's it, which is good. It's the job is not difficult. Well, I guess it's difficult, but being away from the customers, being with them on the phones is actually, it's gonna help me a lot. So it's not that stressful, unlike when you're with the phones. You hear people complaining. So when you're just working with social media, so it's just pretty much Facebook or Twitter, you're away from that stress. You are more focused on the task that you need to do to help out customers, which is good. I really like it, and of course I got a raise, which is pretty nice. So I'm thankful for that. And prior to that, what else? I decided to how do you say it? I had this huge interest, or I had this mood to just start studying how to weather my figures. So I started weathering my figures just to learn from my mistakes and whatnot. So I'm gonna show you guys what I did for the past couple of months by the order that I did them. So first, the very first figure that I worked on was my SEM EX G3 Gundam. So that's him. So yep. So I did some weathering on it, and it turned out to be nice. I wasn't expecting it to be, I was actually expecting to ruin my figure, but it turned out pretty nice, which is good. And so, he still has that decals going on. And the reason why I chose to weather the G3 Gundam first, because out of all my SEM EX figures, this is the figure that I like the least. So I practiced on him, turned out well, and decided to do the other ones. So after that, I worked on the Goof. No, it's not the Goof. I worked on the Dom figures. So this was the first one. So you see how I added some mud effects on there. This was the first one. And we have the other one here, and they turned out really well. This was very surprising. Like, it's not bad for a first timer. Let's see. Okay, that's the second one, and we have the third one here. There we go. So the third one is also the same thing. So I worked on these three, which turned out pretty nice. I really liked it. So after the DOMs, let's get them out of the way here. I think I worked on the goof. No, not the goof. I actually worked on the GM figures. So let's see here, let's focus on there. So this is the first one that I worked on. Now some people will like it, some people don't. I kind of understand, because they are pretty much, you know, hard to find figures, and I went ahead and ruined it in their eyes. You know, I kind of understand that, but I kind of really wanted to give them that weathered look, because I got tired of that clean look that I do on most of my figures. So yep, so those are the 3 GM figures. They turned out pretty well, and let's see, so let's move them out of the way. Alright, so the next thing that I did was the goof, and on this one I actually added some battle damage on his head. Like, I had to cut his part of his head to just, you know, let them know that it's scratched or something. I'm not sure if you're gonna see that. Let's see, let's focus on there. Come on, camera. There you go. So you see how there's a scratch mark there, but I wanted to like do it all over the thing, but I really don't want to mess with the figure because they are really hard to find. So that's the goof. And if you haven't seen the review, my review on the goof, SEM EX goof, you can always watch them. They're actually uploaded, and all you have to do is just click it and watch it. Alright, so that's the goof. And then after this, I worked on the gun cannon. There you go. And this one turned out nicely as well. And on this one, other than the paint applications that I did, I actually haven't reviewed this guy yet. I actually changed his rifle. This is actually the GFF gun cannons beam rifle, because I didn't really like the SEMEX gun cannons rifle because it was too big for me, and I like how this one actually has an articulation on the scope, which is pretty nice, and it looks proportional to the suit, so that's good. So that's the what I did on the SEMEX gun cannon. So it has like paint, how do you say this? Paint chips all over the thing. And then I started working on this is actually one of the new figures that I got, and I like how it turned out. So this one is the SEMEX Zaku 2. It has that missile pods. I put some decals all over the thing, and I added some bullet holes on there. So yeah, so this one turned out pretty nice. I can't wait to do some outdoor shots with these guys. And then of course, you see it on the pictures that I do. Of course, I did Char's Zaku 2 also. So you see there's paint chips all over the thing. Yep, and that's it. So that's what I have been doing. That kept me busy the whole time while I was, you know, this is actually my stress reliever while I was doing work, because I always come home late, and I didn't really have time to make videos because I was always tired. So if I have the time, like I actually, you know, add weathering on these things. And I actually bought another Zaku 2 figure, and I haven't added some weathering on it, so I'm planning on doing an out-of-the-box review on that thing after I do this video, so you guys have something to watch later on. And what else? Oh, and I forgot to mention, of course, I pretty much have all the SEM EX figures, and I forgot to mention this guy right here. Of course, I really have to mention this guy. So I also did weather and added some modifications on my SEM EX RX 782 figure. But I'm also planning on buying another one of these because I also want to have a good, a clean RX 782 figure with different decal application. So on this one, I added a new accessory. This is actually the GFF RX 782's real type shield. So the shield, I didn't break it. It normally came like this, so it's already damaged, but I added some weathering on it to make it look like it was shot, or it was slashed by a heat saber or something. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. So yeah, those were the things that I weathered and worked on. And the very last thing that I did was this guy. This is gonna be, well, since I haven't done any repainting on kits, I always do like minor paint applications or small paint applications on figures. This was my very first repaint project, I guess you can call it a project, and I was very hesitant about this. I was always consulting some friends if it was a good idea to just go ahead and do it, since I actually bought an SEM EX RX 782 figure. It's actually the first variant, which was the figure that doesn't have the beam javelin and it doesn't have 2 pairs of hands. And so I got it for just 1,200 yen, so that's very cheap. So I decided, since it's very cheap, I can just repaint the whole thing. So here's what I did. This is my custom SEM EX RX 782 Casval Daikin custom. So it turned out pretty nice, and I like what I did on the decal applications on here. And as you can see, I was so busy. This one is actually not yet done. By that I mean the rifle doesn't have any panel lines on it, and I haven't painted the other hands actually, but the overall figure is actually done. So I liked how this one turned out. I tried repainting another figure. I tried repainting the GM Sniper, Robot Damacy GM Sniper, and it turned out bad. So, and I also tried repainting my 4th SEM EX GM figure, and it turned out really bad. So one thing I liked about it, well, I actually want to thank Vic, my friend Vic, on Facebook, that he actually volunteered, or he agreed to just paint the thing for me, because I did the modifications. I added some Gundam Fix figuration parts on my GM, and I also added some Robot Damacy parts on it, and I already primed it and everything, but I just suck at painting, and I don't know why I was able to nail this guy, and I can't redo it for some reason. But I'm planning on practicing on kits, just like what my friend Kevin advised me. So I'm planning on doing that. Hopefully my next repaint project will turn out fine. So that's pretty much the update. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and upload a few figure reviews since I have the time today, and hopefully you guys will like it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you on my next review.